Hello, my name is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. It's a pleasure to have you here. And before we begin your journey, I want to first take you and give you a little bit of my own journey of how I got here today. So before I created this book, I was a dual sport athlete at Tulane University, and I began my career in financial wealth management at Merrill Lynch, and then got into entrepreneurship. I really enjoy the entrepreneurship lifestyle and created my own mobile application, and then eventually decided I wanted to learn more about sales and marketing. So I began a job at an AI company back in 2018, and then I began to learn about cryptocurrency. Flash forward, I am now working in that space full time, have a couple of different funds that I'm a part of, and I run a crypto media company. Now, before I flash forward to how I got here, the steps along the way were this book, the reason that I created this workbook. So early in my career, as I was figuring things out, transitioning from working in corporate America into getting more into entrepreneurship, there's a lot of different paths I could have went. And I got at this crossroads, and I didn't have the language at the time, but I was becoming anxious. And so my girlfriend at the time introduced this concept to me, rosebud thorn. And we started it. We did it for a while, and that was the beginning of what would become this workbook. So I'm going to begin to dive into that a little bit more. But I first wanted to, just explain myself, who I am a little bit before we begin to talk about all of those things. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth and Reflection Workbook. And I want to start with giving you an introduction to how this book was even created in the first place. So back in 2018, I was at this crossroads between going in corporate America and doing my own entrepreneurial experiences. And I began to become anxious. And I didn't really have language around this. I didn't understand, which direction I should go. And my girlfriend at the time, to help kind of reflect on that a little bit more, asked me the question, rosebud thorn. I was like, what is that? So we looked into it, we did it, and we did this practice a couple days. And I was like, hey, how would you feel if we did this for a month? And she was game. She was like, all right, let's do this. And so we did, and we would write down basically something good that happened to us that day, something that was not so great, and what we're looking forward to tomorrow. And just that daily practice of being reflective on each of my days, it increased my gratitude, increased my happiness. It made me more thoughtful and mindful about my direction, where I was headed, and it helped ground me. And so I was like, this is a super helpful practice. And I was like, let's do this again. The second time, after doing it again, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the direction I want to go. And I was like, what if I turn this into a workbook that I could share with someone else? I wonder if someone else did this, how helpful would it be? And so I decided to create my first book, this book. So I launched this back in November of 2018. And the original title was Self-Love, Growth, and Appreciation. And, it did well. I've shared it with a lot of my friends and family. I got some cool reviews. I've had some international sales. So it's been cool, but it's kind of been dormant. I haven't really been doing a lot of advertising and marketing for it. And this is now 6 years later, and I've grown a lot. A lot of awesome things have happened in my life because of this practice. And I wanted to make some updates, refurbish it a little bit, and reshare it with the world. And so that's how we came up with the new title. That's how we came up with the new cover. And it's available now. So I'm going to go through this process with you. I don't want you to just do this alone. I will go through each of these steps with you, and I'm going to begin that process with you here in a moment. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're going to talk about how we can use this workbook. So it's designed to guide you through a month of self-reflection, personal growth, using the Rose, Thorn, Bud framework. And so within this book, Each of the days, you're going to be able to get prompts. First, you're going to have rows. You're going to highlight something positive that happened to you that day. Then you're going to talk about a thorn, a challenge that happened to you, or something that didn't go as planned. And then you're going to talk about bud, something that you're looking forward to or that you're hopeful about. It doesn't have to be about that day. It could be in the future. It could be anything you want. And so each day you're going to use these prompts to document your reflections. And you're going to use these touch points to recognize the highs and the lows and what excites you about what's coming up and about the day and what's to come tomorrow. So the goal is to enhance your self-awareness, resilience, and positivity over the next 30 days. And it's going to be a way for you to go back into the future, look at what you wrote in your book previously, and maybe it'll give you a new burst of energy or a way to move forward on some different aspects of your life. So I hope you're ready. Let's dive in together. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, and today's day one. We're starting the workbook, and I'm excited to dive back in this. It's been a couple of months since I've last done this, since I've revamped it and got it ready for you all, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. I hope this can be useful as you go through your own 30-day journey. You can see a couple examples in my own life. I'm going to be sharing a lot of just candid, vulnerable stuff with you guys, so hopefully it is useful as you begin your own 30-day journey. So let's go ahead and dive in. So this is day one, and the quote is, "Do or do not. There is no try." Quote by Yoda. The message is to make yourself a promise today to start and finish this workbook in the next 30 days. Do not say, "I will try." Instead say, "I will complete this workbook in 30 days. Having the conviction to get something done shows that you value yourself and your time by not letting yourself off the hook for not completing a goal. And you will begin and become more consistent in finishing your task." That is very true. I genuinely believe in the power of consistency, and to get to consistency, it starts with the first step. And this is my first step, hopefully your first step with day one. So for today's intention for myself, I want to be mindful of taking good first steps. So as I begin this book, as I think about other things that are going on in my life, I just want to have conviction of starting something, being consistent with it, seeing it through. And my intention is just to have a good first step. So I'm doing this towards, the end of my day, and I will start with rows. So something positive that happened. So today, I was able to get a nice cooked meal from my wife for breakfast, which was awesome. A lot of time we're usually on the go, and I usually get something quick that I can pop in the microwave, then go start my day. I am fortunate to work remote, so I get my meal, I get going. But today she cooked, so I really appreciated that. Thorn, today was a busy work day, a lot of meetings. So many meetings, and it just didn't feel like there was enough hours in a day to finish all the things I needed to get done. So thorn is that I didn't get nearly as much done today as I wanted to, but beautifully, there's another day tomorrow, and I will make sure to finish a lot of that. Bud, I am looking forward to tonight's meal. I really enjoy. We've been doing this Taco Tuesday type of situation where my wife gets some ground beef and some rice and some beans, and we make a nice taco bowl. And I'm pretty hungry right now. I love to eat, just for the record. I love to eat, and I'm getting ready to go do that. So I'm looking forward to that. My observation of the day, I've been hesitant to want to record this and have it documented so that other people could see what I'm going through, but then also want to reflect on it themselves. And so I am being mindful, and I'm pretty happy with myself to start this as much as I've had a lot of hesitation and pullback to just say, nope, let's just do it. Let's go for it. And I'm excited to see where this all turns out. So this is day one, and looking forward to day two tomorrow. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, and today is day two of the 30-day self-love and growth reflection workbook. and I'm excited to dive in. So the quote of today is, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within," by Maya Angelou. The message is, no matter what anyone else says to bring you down, only you can control your happiness. The more you choose to share your inner happiness with others, the more happiness you will attract in your life. You never know what someone else is going through. Usually, those seemingly mean people are the ones who need your compassion the most. Just on that message, I think that's very true. In my line of work, I am constantly talking to people online. I work in the world of Web3, and I have constant conversations through various online channels, from email to Telegram to X, all kinds of different places. And though most are positive, sometimes you get hit with some negativity. And this is pretty timely. So today's intention for myself is to really just be mindful of what's going on with others around me, aka, sometimes you can get so locked in to what you're doing that you can be less mindful of those around. And so today, my intention was to be more mindful around that. And for my rose of the day, something positive that happened. So I'm getting very excited. My birthday is getting ready to come up, and I had a couple of friends reach out to ask me some suggestions of things they could get me. So excited for whatever is going to come of that. My thorn. Again, there's just a little bit of negativity online today, and going to deal with that. Yeah. So again, timely message for the day. And then for the bud, something I'm looking forward to. I have a couple of meetings coming up with people that I've been trying to get in touch with for the last several weeks, and the time has now come for us to have a conversation that I've been waiting for. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to go well. It could open up an opportunity to go travel to Thailand next month. So we'll see how it goes. Observation of the day. My observation of the day, again, is I need to continue to be patient with people. Sometimes, again, we get so locked into what we're doing in our own lives that we are less mindful of others. And so I am just observing that sometimes I need to take a moment to ground myself so that I can continue to be myself with others, be my positive self, and bring encouragement and light to others, even when others aren't necessarily bringing that same energy. So this has been day 2. See you for day 3. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. This is day 3. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the quote of the day is, at first they will ask you why you're doing it. Later they'll ask you how you did it. The message is, there are people who will doubt you. The only thing that matters is that you know why you're working on your goals. Is it your passion? Do you want financial freedom? Do you want to be independent? Talk about your goals as if they've already happened. Remember your why and keep going. One day, those who doubted you will wonder how they can be in your shoes. This one spoke to me pretty immediately. The message, especially being in the world of Web3, aka cryptocurrency, there's peaks and valleys, ups and downs. And the market has been pretty tough the last couple of years. So at the time of this recording, it's 2024, October. And it's been a pretty good year. Crypto's picked up. Things are turning more positive again. And I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about where things are headed. And as things have turned out through what I'm doing, I've been traveling a little bit more for work. I've been going to some unique places across the world. And people are like, dude, how are you doing this? And yeah, I stayed the course with deciding that I wanted to really lock into my career in crypto, and it's kind of just opened up so many incredible doors. So, yeah, again, just a timely message. So today's intention for myself was to, and with this, just to backpedal for a couple of steps. Usually when I wake up in the morning, I have quiet time where I'll do like a daily devotional and pray, and then I will meditate, and then I'll work out. And usually before I work out, after I meditate, that's where I set my intention for the day. And so today's intention happened to be around being more focused. So there's a lot of distractions. It's very easy to get on your phone, go on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And as you're doing a little bit of work, you're like, all right, let me get this dopamine hit. Let me go check something real quick. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to lock in today and just do that. So my intention for today was to lock in. Rose, because I locked in today, I was able to get 2 more things done that need to get done that I thought were going to take an extra day or 2. So I was very mindful, and the intention helped. My thorn of the day, although I got 2 things done, more things popped up. I think I told you all in the last one that I had a meeting coming up. The meeting went well. It's looking like Thailand's going to happen. So now there's a lot of things that need to happen before that happens. So now I have a lot to prepare for. And then for the bud, yeah, I'm looking forward to making this event in Thailand happen. I think it's going to be really cool. And although it's going to be challenging, I think the end result's going to be pretty awesome. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And my observation of the day is that, yeah, starting the day with intention and like really being about that, it really helps reinforce what you're trying to do and being purposeful. So yeah, this is day 3, and I look forward to seeing you in day 4. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're getting ready to dive into day 4. So the quote of the day is, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. The message is, half of the battle of achieving your goals in life is committing yourself to taking the first step. No one became successful without trying over and over again. To get to where you want to be, you have to get comfortable with failure. You can fall down 1,000 times, but get up 1,001 times. Make a promise to yourself that you will always get back up. Yeah, I like that message a lot. Constant reminder that you have to just keep pushing forward, right? Failure is a part of life, not necessarily landing where you're trying to get to. Doesn't mean you stop, it just means you have to keep pushing forward. So a good reminder. My intention for myself today was to clean my house. So I don't know about you guys, or where you live, whether it's a house or apartment, what have you. Especially if you live with someone else, it's very easy for your space to get dirty. And I love to be clean. I'm a very neat person, and when life gets busy, things go on, things can pile up, whether it be in the kitchen, the room, etc. I think it's always good to have a good reset and get everything back in order. So I wanted to make sure that our space was nice and neat before the end of the day. So that was my intention. So we'll get back to that. So my rows, I was successful. The house is good and clean and back up to my standard. So feeling good about that. My thorn, I am not a huge fan of laundry. And although it takes a little bit more energy for me to do it, especially the folding part, I got through it. So yeah, not a fan of laundry, but was able to get it all done. Bud, something I'm looking forward to. It's just chilling out. It's the weekend at the time of this recording, and I typically work I work 6 days a week. Sometimes I'll work 7. I try not to, but I try to have at least one day of fun and nothing. And tomorrow's the day of nothing. So I'm looking forward to that. Observation of the day. Clean space helps my, not just being grounded, but also just like my train of thought, my energy, all that stuff. Like, I just feel like when my space is neat and orderly, I am my best self. I don't know if that resonates with anyone else, but like, I really feel like a good cleaning, and like once that's all done, even though there's plenty of other things that need to get done, like having that done is such a like, it's like a breath of fresh air, revitalizing, all that stuff. So that's my observation. I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love, Growth, and Reflection Workbook, and we're getting ready to dive into day 5. We're going to start with a quote, which is, "Life is 10% of what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it." Message: we can't always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we react to it. It can be easy to live from victimhood, asking yourself things like, why did this happen to me? Instead of asking yourself, what can I learn from this? And watch your life transform. So, what can I learn from this? This one was a tough one for me for a while because in a lot of ways I thought things kept happening to me versus what can I do about this? And so I kind of, in my own life over the last several years, have flipped that script more towards like, how can I handle or what can I do about what's happening? And it's been interesting. I think the perspective has been very helpful around my reactions and being more in control of that instead of letting something that happened mess up and disturb my entire day. So for my intention of today, my wife and I had our quarterly check-in. So my wife and I decided earlier this year that we would check in every quarter to revisit the goals that we set for the year, financial goals, relationship goals, and just checking in with each other. And so my intention was to have that meeting and to be as toward and with and be present with my wife in that moment. So Rose, I think went well. We were able to get through the conversation, and I feel like we were closer afterwards, which I think is a positive way that could have went. Thorn, there are a few things that we can improve on. We have been having some extra spend on some food lately. And we both know we have been eating out a little bit too much, so we're purposely making sure that we cook in a little bit more. And I'm going to help out with that. And yeah, we have a game plan. And for our bud, yeah, I'm looking forward to putting into practice all the things that we talked about in our reflection over the last month. It's cool to come back in and to check in on these things, and also just to see things that we talked about earlier this year come into fruition. But also just saying like, okay, we can improve on a few other things too. So yeah, looking forward to that. And my observation of the day is this has been now our third check-in, and each one has gotten better. The first one was a little like, we're trying to figure things out, so it took a long time, but we got through it. The second one, there's a little bit of conflict just on understanding expectations around achieving certain goals that we set, and then us coming to understanding of like, how do we do better and go about those goals together. And so we really implemented what we learned in the first two to this meeting, and just those little steps, right? The 10%, like of how we react to things, and I think we're both getting better with how we react to each other. So that is my day 5, and look forward to seeing you at day 6. Hey everybody, this is Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're getting ready to dive into day 6. So let's do it. The quote of the day is 6 plus 3 equals 9, but so does 5 plus 4. The way you do things isn't always the only way to do them. Respect other people's way of thinking. That part. The message: it can be easy to do things in the same way you've always done them, but you must always strive to adapt and learn. Growth comes in challenging your viewpoints. Try to have perspective in all situations. Sometimes your own ego is the only thing standing in the way of our growth. Yeah. For all of those who have been in a relationship, are currently in a relationship, I feel like this can instantly touch you, because learning how to deal with your significant other and how things should be done, or perspective on why things were done a certain way. There's different ways to get to an endpoint, right? Just like in the quote, the 6+3 versus the 5+4, they both get you to the end result, but how you got there is a little different, and that's okay. And being okay with that is a huge step in growth. And in my own life, that is a big step in learning for me. And so I definitely want to speak to that. And I appreciate that both my wife and I actively are understanding of each other, and that how we think and how we get to end results, though different, we get there, and we ultimately can get there together, as long as we are accepting of how each other's get there. So my intention for today was to start the week strong. Mondays can be hard. Mondays can be very hard. And I think it's all about perspective and how you frame yourself. And so I wanted to be very intentional of, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to set the stage for the week. It's going to be a great week. Let's go get it. And so that was my intention. Rose. So yeah, just it was a solid day. Very productive today, and had a good amount of meetings. Got a couple of deals moving along for the company, and yeah, overall good day. Thorn. Yeah, there's just never enough hours. I wish that I had a little bit less meetings to have a little bit more heads down time to get work during the workday, but sometimes you got to do a little extra work to get everything done. So, my birthday, I know I said it earlier, but birthday's coming up this week, so pumped for that. And looking forward to a nice and relaxing weekend with that. So my observation of the day, this was a good reminder. Again, this is why I like getting back into this. Like, even with coworkers, people think differently, and how they go about solving a problem is different than how you would approach it. But it doesn't invalidate their ability to do it. Although it might not be as efficient, although it might not be in the way that you think it should be done, as long as it's getting done, you should find a way to come to peace with that in your own way. So my observation was to be mindful of how other people process things, and that how they do is beautiful in their own way. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for our next day. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're about to dive into day 7 of this workbook. So the quote of the day is, "A goal is a dream with a deadline." Napoleon Hill. Message: a goal without a deadline is just a dream. Don't just dream about it, achieve it. Take small, realistic steps that move you toward achieving your goals. Make a list of your goals, and below it, write down the action steps you can do to make them become a reality. This is a big one for me. There's a difference between dreaming. I feel like there's a lot of dreamers out there that talk about these things that, hey, I want to go do this, or it would be so cool to go do X, Y, Z. And there's a time to dream, and that's cool. It's cool to dream. But the time when it's time to flip it on and like, oh, no, we want this to be real. It's when the goal has a deadline. It's when it's like, oh no, like here's the steps we got to take to get this done before this date. And I think that was something that was very important for me, was figuring out how to flip the switch between like, it's cool to dream about a thing, but then like, how do we make it happen? Like, how do we really go get this? And yeah, this message really resonates with me. I'm a big task guy. I have a notebook right here next to me where I'll write down my top objectives for the day, things that have to get done before I can go do the extra stuff. So yeah, this one really speaks to me. My intention for today was to take extra breaths. What do I mean by that? So there are moments in a day where you can be in a meeting or having conversations and either become overwhelmed, you could become frustrated, you could become starting to think about something else that you need to go and get done. And I've learned through breath work, through meditation, that sometimes just breathing, just like maybe like, and like just think about, all right, take a couple breaths. It can reground, recenter, and get you back locked into what's currently happening to you. So my intention today was to make sure I took extra breaths. Rose, again, as we're getting ready for this event in Thailand, I had a couple of good things that happened around that, and I'm getting some cool partners to go and be a part of that experience. So that was positive. Looking forward to it. Thorn, I did have someone else say that they couldn't be a part of it. That was unfortunate. And I thought that they would be able to come to that particular event that I'm helping to create, but it's okay. So be it. Bud, I have a couple of big meetings later this week, and I am getting prepared so that I can crush those meetings, so that hopefully the client that we're working with to put on this event in Thailand is going to be very happy. So looking forward to that. And my observation of the day, a few extra breaths can go a long way. It could be the difference between reacting in a way that doesn't really capture who you are and what you're thinking, but it also can give you the time to come up with a better answer than what was your first thought. So breathing, just a good reminder of breathing. All right, I will catch you tomorrow for the next one. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're diving into day 8. 8 is my favorite number, so let's see what happens. The quote is, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." Man, Dr. Seuss. That is, yeah, I love that quote so much. Just be who you are, and yeah, if people really care about you, that's all that matters. The message: are you truly yourself at all times, or do you have different personas in different environments? If not, why? You must be real with yourself before you can be real with others. Also, it might be time to change your environments. Really good reflection about, like, in any scenario, can you be your true fullest self? And I felt like, just speaking from my own experience, right when I got early into my work career, I did feel like I had different personas between like my friends and how I'd act and be at work with colleagues and elsewhere. But like, I've tried to find and get into a line of work where I could always be my fullest, truest self and have that shine and have that be an asset to the work that I do. And I feel very blessed and fortunate to be in a career where that is possible. Like, I feel like my work colleagues would feel and see that I am very much the same person as my friends would see it, which is something I've always wanted to be able to get to. And I feel very good about that, but it took time for me to get there. So I think this is a good refresher that I always want to be authentically myself, and I strive for that. And if I can't be that, then that's not an environment I want to be in. There's actually some friend groups when I first wrote this book and got to this section that I decided I actually had to remove myself from and switch up, just because it was no longer aligned with that person or that persona I was putting on to appease that group. It wasn't me, and I didn't want to not be me anymore. And so I realized I'd had to just switch up my group, and ultimately it was a great decision. So if you're listening to this and you're like, that might be something I need to do, like, go for it, do it, like, be yourself. Like, it really is incredible. My intention for today was rest. So I work out 4 days a week. I try to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Wednesdays is my day that I get a little bit of extra sleep and rest. I'll do like yoga, or I'll do like something light to kind of like refresh a little bit before I hit it hard the next 2 days. And so, my intent today was to rest and to, just take it easy. Rose of the day. I really enjoyed. I went and got my wife some coffee this morning and some breakfast tacos, and she wasn't expecting it, and she was very appreciative. So that was my rose of the day. My thorn. My thorn was I had to have a hard conversation with a colleague today, and we got through it. It's all good, but sometimes you have to have hard conversations, and being brave to do that is a good thing. So that was, but it does mean it's fun. So that's why that's my thorn. And then finally my bud. I'm really just, again, looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be a great weekend to celebrate my birthday. So finally, observation of the day. It took me a long time to be comfortable in my own skin and just be able to reflect and just be able to like 6 years later reread this and be like, yeah, no, I am myself at all times. I feel just very grateful. And so, I hope that I can continue to be authentically myself in all scenarios, and we'll keep working to do that. And again, if you happen to be watching this or listening to this and you don't feel that way, I really want that for you. So hopefully you can begin to create that environment for yourself as well. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're getting ready to dive into day 9. So the quote of the day is, just in case no one told you today, good morning, you are beautiful, handsome, I love you. Message, it is amazing to hear a compliment and something uplifting or something sweet that could put a smile on your face. Studies have shown that simply smiling more throughout the course of the day can make people feel happier. Make sure you remind yourself to smile, but also share a smile with others when you can. It's amazing what a compliment can do, or just something nice to someone else at a random time. It can change your whole day. It can really pick someone up. And I know every time that someone mindfully gives me a compliment or says something that makes me smile, almost immediately try to do something similar. And I was like, well, why can't I just lead with that? And so I have, over the last several years, tried to be more mindful about passing out some compliments and something nice, because it does go a long way. People resonate with that and like that energy exchange. And this one, I always smile when I put this one on. It's like, I feel like it's hard to read this and to have this particular day and not smile. So today's intention for myself when I read this was to make sure I'm smiling and to see if by me smiling a little bit more, I can get other people to smile. that'd be great. Also, it's my parents' anniversary, so I'm just also feeling pretty grateful today for love, for them in my life, for all the wisdom they bestowed on me, for being great role models on what it means to really be there for one another through thick and thin. And so, yeah, that made me smile today. Thorn. My thorn is that typically I get to, October is a very poppin' month for my family. A lot of birthdays, anniversaries, and we typically find a chance to all get together. And we're not this weekend, but we are next weekend because my cousin is getting married. So I'm a little sad that I'm not getting to hang out with them because we usually do it around this time. But it's all good. We're just a week away. So at least, and that's my but. I'm looking forward to seeing my family next week. So my observation of the day, small goes a long way. A compliment goes a long way. If you can spread some love, do it. It really can not just make your own life better, but it can improve everyone around you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, and I am the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're about to dive into day 10. So the quote is, running away from your problems is a race you'll never win. Message. You just read that and your mind probably went to something immediately. What was it? Why are you running from that problem? Choose today to take the first step towards fixing it because you cannot outrun all of your problems. Yeah, this is, again, something that is timely. A problem I've been running away from is work related. There's quite a bit of outreach I need to do for this event that we have coming up in Thailand, and I need to put together an entire outreach campaign for very specific things that deal with different aspects of the event. And yeah, I need to get that done. So today's a great day as ever to have gotten that done. So yeah, I mean, but outside of just work, I'm sure there's, whether it's in my own life or even yours, again, I know your mind goes immediately somewhere. For me, it was work related, but it could have brought you to any place in your personal life. So my intention for today for myself was to go ahead and get that done. Just as I read that through the book, I was like, okay, I really need to go ahead and knock this out. So for my rose, I successfully got that campaign going and got all the things I need to get done for it. My thorn was that it took a lot of mental energy for me to get over the hurdle of like getting that particular campaign done, but we got there. As painful as it was, we got on the other side of it. But tomorrow's my parents' anniversary, so I'm pretty excited about that, and looking forward to telling them happy anniversary. And my observation of the day is to take on problems head on. Sometimes you just got to decide, okay, today's the day. I'm going to go tackle this. I'm going to go get it. And again, I think because going through the process of this workbook and it being top of mind, my intention for the day, I was able to truly stop running and just go after it, go get it and get it done. So I'm sure there's other aspects or other things that come to mind for me to go and do. I'm sure it does for you as well. So hopefully this is a good reminder that if you have something that's just there, nothing like choosing today to go and knock it out. So this has been day 10 and look forward to seeing you at day 11. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're diving into day 11. So let's start with the quote. Don't be a victim of negative self-talk. Remember, you are listening. Bob Proctor. Message. Perspective can be truly incredible on your perception of reality. If all you do is talk about negative things occurring in your life, you will be much more pessimistic about your own life. Stay aware of how you speak to yourself or how you speak about yourself to others today. What are you saying about yourself? I think this is a good reflection of myself, just thinking about self-talk. And first, I'll just talk about internal dialogue. It has improved over the last 6 years. When I first started this 30-day challenge 6 years ago, I would say my self-talk wasn't great. I was very critical of myself. I was very, very not accepting of anything other than perfection. I was being a perfectionist in a lot of ways, where if I had a very specific goal in mind or something I wanted to do, if I didn't accomplish it, then I was a failure. Or I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And I have learned with time and through going through these 30-day challenges to give myself grace, to give myself time, and just the experience of life and doing this more frequently has really helped to transform with how I talk to myself through challenging times and through how I decide to criticize myself. I definitely have a high standard that I hold myself to, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think how I choose to speak to myself through my internal dialogue does impact how successful I'm going to be and my overall perspective and energy and how I go about my life and my goals and what I'm trying to accomplish. So I've spent a lot of time working on that because, again, when I went through this years ago, I realized how bad my self-talk was. Now, how I speak to myself about myself towards others is good, and even 6 years ago, it was good. So in my own life, I found that my external talk and how I represent myself to others was very positive. But for whatever reason, my internal dialogue wasn't the same. And so I wanted to try to find a way to get more alignment around that. So if this sounds like you, or if this is something you can relate to, I would just remind yourself to give yourself more grace. Have patience. Hold yourself to standards, but at the same time, know that you're a work in progress and that you're currently taking the steps to keep improving who you are and how you speak to yourself. So, I'm gonna dive into my intention for today was to make sure my internal dialogue was uplifting instead of negative. So I really wanted to make sure that I was bringing some positive energy to my internal dialogue today. Rose, today is my parents' anniversary, so I gave them a call and had a really good conversation with them, and they're very happy and enjoying their life. So it was good to catch up with them. Thorn, this morning I was in a rush, and so I didn't get breakfast, and so that made me hangry as I got towards lunch. So it's just another reminder to make sure I'm mapping out my mornings so I can not skip meals. So yeah, eating is important, and being hangry is not great. Bud, yeah, my mom's birthday is tomorrow, so excited to celebrate that with her and to give her a call and see how she's doing. And yeah, my observation of the day is that self-talk is powerful. And so I want to make sure that I keep having a very good, strong, positive, and uplifting internal dialogue instead of talking myself down or diminishing who I am. So hope you enjoyed today, and I look forward to catching you tomorrow. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're going to dive into day 12. So let's start first with the quote. Use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. Smiles are contagious. The warmth and friendliness a smile emits to someone can make a huge difference in their life in that day. The world can be overwhelming and cold to you. However, keep finding ways to let your smile shine bright. I think this is a great reminder to smile. And smiles go a very way. They are very contagious. And today's my mom's birthday, and it makes me smile even to just think about her and what she means to me, and how her smile definitely can brighten any room that she steps into, and definitely makes anyone's day better when she's in there smiling. Just a very warm person. If you ever met her, you'd love her. But anyway, when I think about my intention for myself, obviously it's her birthday, and I try to be very conscious of calling her at least once a week. Sometimes we talk more than that. But my intention was that although we call and we give everybody their love on their birthday and make them feel like the most special person, to reach out and talk to people before that moment, right? Like when someone's really important to you, like it's just showing up for others in small ways continuously really resonates and makes a huge difference. And some of my best friends that I can think of right now is the consistency of them just reaching out and calling and speaking with me unprovoked. And so my intention was to think of a couple of people who I still revere and love dearly, but haven't necessarily talked to recently, and to call 2 or 3 of them. And so my rose is that I did that, and it was great. Like, it was cool to just catch up with a couple old friends, catch up. One of them was busy, but like, we're gonna catch up this weekend. Awesome. Like, it's just a good reminder to just to spend time with those that matter, and to show up for them, and to let them know that you still care. And so yeah, my thorn is that one of the big meetings I talked about a couple of days ago. One of them went really good. One of them went really bad. And although it wasn't the result we wanted, it will be okay. But yes, I was very disappointed in how one of those meetings went. So that's my thorn. But the weekend is almost here. It's almost my birthday, and so yeah, I know I've kind of like gotten to that a couple of times, but like, I mean, I don't know. I really like my birthday, so I'm sure other people out there do too. I've met a couple people who aren't like super keen on their birthday, but like, I really, really, really like my birthday. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to the weekend. So my observation of the day: if you're thinking about somebody, have you ever just had a thought like, "Ah, man, I wonder how so and so's doing"? Just reach out, do it. Like, again, from my intention this morning, there's like, I had 2 or 3 people I've been thinking about that for a while, and I called 2 of them, and I texted one of them, and like, we caught up. It's great, and now I feel good. I'm sure they feel good, and it was worth it. So if that is tugging on your heart right now, just do it. Give them a call, give them a text. It'll be great. So yeah, that's today, and I will catch you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're getting ready to go into day 13. The quote is, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Nelson Mandela. Message: what is something impossible in your life that you have seen someone else accomplish? Why is this impossible for you? Instead of thinking all the reasons why it is impossible, think of all the reason it is possible. If you ever think a challenge is impossible, just remember, I'm possible. Yeah, I resonate with this one because there are a lot of people that I have seen become successful, both my age and younger. And I'm just like, how do they do it, right? Like we're not that different. I'm sure that like they work hard, but like I know I work hard too, and like I know that I will do what it takes to be successful, etc. But it can seem very hard, and you don't necessarily know all the struggle that someone's going through to get to the end result, right? Like, social media is very good at showing all the highlights and the positives, but they don't also highlight the negatives and the challenges and like the 100 times someone fell down before they finally stood up and are on top of the mountain, right? And I remember someone telling me one day that impossible just means impossible. And it really resonated with me that you can really achieve anything if you really have the desire to figure something out and have the persistence that it will happen with enough time, effort, and energy. And so it just makes it all the more possible when you see someone else get it done. And so just one more little antidote, like people didn't think it was possible to run a mile in under 4 minutes. And then as soon as someone did it, the record got broken multiple times shortly after. Because once something is possible, people can break through that. So my goal is, even by doing this, is by showing how much more is possible by being the example. And yeah, so hopefully this has all been helpful on that journey. My intention for the self today was to knock out a couple things that needed to get done. Part of adulting, responsibilities, doing all the stuff that needs to be done that isn't necessarily the funnest, between taking care of some car stuff, taking care of some house stuff, taking care of some groceries and all that fun stuff. So my intention was to just get the unfun things done. My rose of the day was that I had a really nice meal, and I got to have it with a friend I hadn't seen in quite some time, so it was cool to catch up with them. My thorn is that so tomorrow's a big day. I've been teasing it up the last couple of days, but tomorrow's a big day. But my wife, her birthday was a couple of weeks ago, but she's now on a girls' trip right now out of town. And so she's having a great time. I want her to have a great time, but I am a little sad that she won't be with me tomorrow for my actual day, but it's all good because she will be with me next week as we're going to my cousin's wedding and going out of town, and that'll be fun. So again, all good, but definitely feeling a little sad about it. And for Bud, tomorrow's a big day. Looking forward to it. Look for all the love, the phone calls, all the messages, all the stuff. Just looking forward to that. And so my observation of the day, although the small things aren't the funnest, when they're done, I feel very accomplished. And so little things add up. So that's my observation. Hope you all have a good day. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today is day 14. So we're going to start first with the quote. There are people who would love to have your bad days. Message. How bad are your bad days? Think of a recent bad day that you had. Now think of as many good things that happen on that same day. Is your day still bad? Shifting your mindset to gratitude outlook can help you balance your perspective and help you ground yourself on bad days. This will help you not to have bad days compound on top of each other day after day. Just a moment of gratitude. The day has come. Today's my birthday, and I've been very blessed with several phone calls and people reaching out and sending love, it's been a great day, and been reflecting the day on just the last year, all that's happened in my life, and I'm just so grateful of where things are. There were some definite challenges that happened, but also a ton of great positive things that have come from going through the hard days and putting in that work. Again, I work in the crypto Web3 space. A year ago, things were pretty bleak and not incredible in the world of crypto. And fast forward a year, things are in a much better spot and are looking pretty positive and going in a good direction. And doors of opportunity to travel, meet new people all across the world, and all this other stuff. It's been a very incredible, amazing journey. And I was thinking about some of those harder days like a year ago, and was just thinking about like, hey, although this is bad, it will get better, and I just have to stay the course and just know that it's gonna get better. Though the harder days may come before the better comes, just knowing and having that faith that like, hey, it's gonna work itself out. It's gonna be good. And yeah, I'm very happy to have stayed the course and that things are working themselves out. So feeling very grateful on that. My intention for myself today was to be present in gratitude because each year is a blessing, and I feel very, 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 very blessed to be here another year and to be in good health and to be having solid steps toward my career that I want to be carving out and build some new relationships with incredible people and maintaining some incredible relationships. So just I want to be just grounded in gratitude today, and it's been solid. My rose, yeah, I love hearing from people that I love, and I've heard from a lot of them today. So feeling really great about that. My thorn, again, I think I mentioned yesterday, my wife isn't physically here with me, but of course from afar she's giving me love and all of that. So missing her today. So looking forward for her to come back from her trip. Bud, yeah, she gets back in tomorrow. So looking forward to seeing her beautiful face tomorrow. But my observation of the day is that taking moments to reflect and be present and gratitude through all of the hardship that you have to get to this better place, it's worth it. And I think spending more time in gratitude can help you move mountains and help position you to keep growing and put on a trajectory that you could never imagine for yourself. So again, I'm very happy I picked this back up. It's still crazy that I'm like sharing all this, and like as I'm going through this in real time, that I'm also sharing this with others. I never thought I was gonna do something like this, but yeah, this is therapeutic for me. So hopefully this is cool for you. If you're not feeling any of this, that's also fine. But like this has been very cool and therapeutic. So hope you all are enjoying this journey with me. Hope you are doing your own journey with this. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're getting ready to dive into day 15. We are halfway through this journey. Time is flying by. Let's start with a quote. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. John Wooden. Message. Where's your focus? Is it on things that are out of your control? Challenge yourself to change your focus. Focus on one thing you can do today to take one step forward, not being stuck in stagnation. Yeah, I personally really like to focus on things that are within my control. Growing up, I used to get overwhelmed and think more about what others thought and what they thought of me and what potentially could happen to me instead of thinking about what can I do. And into adulthood and how I go about moving in this world, I try to control what I can and understand that I live in a lot of gray. Like things aren't necessarily black and white. Things are fluid, and when things come up, you can choose how you respond, and that there's always more than two options. You can find multiple options if you're creative enough, and if you want to be creative in your problem solving. So I try not to be stuck, and if I am stuck, I find ways to get unstuck, whether it's through conversations with mentors, friends, family, or challenging myself and doing something very hard to just mix something up. So my intention today was to think about where is a place in my life that I am stuck. So my intention was to like really dig into like, is there somewhere I feel like I am not necessarily challenging myself enough, or that I just need to like switch up. And so for my rose, I really thought about it. And one of the things I did for myself for my birthday, I play guitar and piano, but I've really started to get back into guitar, specifically electric. And I haven't played my electric in a long time for two reasons. One, I had a string that was broken. And two, I lost one of my amps that could like make it have all the like different sounds and stuff. And so I was like, let me get some new wires and let me get an amp. And I did both of those things. And so I'm being unstuck and not playing my instrument. I'm going to start playing it again. There's some songs I already have queued up that I want to learn. I, for those who don't know me, I love music. Music is a huge part of my life. I listen to everything, and I mean everything from rap, R&B to metal to like rock, like everything. And on the guitar, big fan of Metallica, and so I've been wanting to learn Master of Puppets, and so that is very hard. For anyone who doesn't know anything about that, that is a very hard song, and so I'm going to challenge myself to learn that song. So that is my intention. And Rose. So my Rose, that happened, and today was the first day I just started playing again and getting my guitar in tune. Thorn. Master of Puppet is very hard. It is so hard, and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to be able to play it, but I'm excited to learn it. But is it hard? It is so hard. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing my guitar again. The guitar is sick, and I remember why I fell in love with it in the first place, and it's so cool. And yeah, I'm excited to start playing my guitar again. And my observation of the day is that when you have something that gives you joy and you stop it, re-examine why'd you stop. And whether it's life like just got busy, or something as simple as like you need to change a guitar string, or if there is something that is in the way between you and joy that you know is there, re-examine why you're letting it get in the way, and is it as big of a hurdle as you thought? I know that's more directed towards you, but like my observation is just like, if there's something that's in between my joy, I'm going to address it faster. So that was just a good reminder for me. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're getting ready to dive into day 16. So starting with the quote, when you feel like stopping, think about why you started. The message is, you are now halfway through this book. Have you been consistent with doing it daily? Are you considering not finishing? Take a moment to think about why you started this 30-day journey and decide if you are worth finishing. Again, just going back in time to when I wrote the first version of this book, and I thought about what does it mean to be consistent and to make something like this a priority, because you really are like internally reflecting on a lot of stuff. Like even me talking through this to you all right now, and having to reflect on my day and then disperse that to you. I'm choosing to be consistent, not just for myself, but for this process and for accountability. Like I just feel like from an accountability standpoint, like I have to keep showing up. And it's important. But also I want to, like, it's shifted from this, like, I feel responsible, I feel obligated, I feel like I have to be a good example, to like, I look forward to this every day, right? Like it's a cool, like, hey, this is like me time. This is like a moment for me to pause and like be present and like really reflect on some stuff that I haven't really been doing in a while. Like I feel, this is day 16. I feel so much more in tune with who I am again, and being so intentional, and like I feel like I'm in this really cool groove, and I always feel this way once I start doing this book. But like it's crazy when you get out of it, how when you get back into it, you just get back into such a nice groove. So I really feel in flow right now, and I know I'm worth finishing, and hopefully whoever's listening to this, and if you're considering going through this or you are currently going through this workbook, that you know that you're worth finishing. That like you might be that person that like starts a thing and like will get into it and like put it down, maybe pick it up a couple days, weeks, months, years later, and you're like, I just wish I would like stick with it. Like stick with it, yo, you got this. Like you're halfway through. Like hopefully you're already starting to feel the residual like consistency of doing something like this and the benefits of it. But like if you're not and you're just like, it's still a grind to like get this every day and do it, what's at the end of this for yourself is so worth it. You're worth it. I gotta reinforce that, like, you're worth it. I know that I'm worth it. That's why I keep showing up and doing this, but like you're worth it. If you haven't heard that in a while, like you're worth it. So my intention for today was to finish strong. And I might have used that before, but like, it's very easy in the course of a day to start something and then to stop in anything, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna write this post for social and stop, or hey, I'm gonna start cleaning the kitchen, and then you start doing it, and then something comes up, you stop, or you start to cook a meal or make a snack or whatever it is, and then like something comes up, you stop. Just, if I was gonna start something today, I'm gonna finish it. So that's my intention for today. It's just like, if I'm starting something, I'm finishing it. My rose is that I successfully finished all the things that I started, but I also was very intentional with what I chose to start. There are some things that needed to be done, or I was like, I could go do this, and I just, it's like, nope, not gonna do it, because I'm gonna finish what I start. So I feel good about that. Thorn, because I chose not to do all those things. They still need to get done, and so I need to get them done tomorrow. So that is my thorn. My bud is, it's almost time to go be with some family. So again, I'm looking forward to being with family and being at my cousin's wedding. Weddings are awesome. I love them, and there's so much love. There's so much joy. Yeah, I personally really enjoy weddings. So looking forward to it. So my observation of the day, again, is that consistently showing up for myself gets me into such a good flow, into such a positive place, and I feel like my best self, that it just flows through me. And I mean, like, just being my true, authentic, best self just like happens. And I don't have to like think. I'm kind of almost in autopilot. And yeah, it's a great feeling. And like, I really hope everyone who's like going through this process with me is feeling the same. So I will see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we are getting ready to dive into day 17. So the quote is, "You never know how strong you truly are until being strong is your only option." Bob Marley. Message: take a moment to think about something that was extremely difficult for you to overcome, a relationship, a job, etc., that you are proud that you got past. How did you get past it? Where did you find your strength? What is something in your life right now that you could use this strength to overcome as well? Yeah, this is a big one for me, of where do I find my strength. And so, full disclosure, I am religious. I am a Christian. I strongly believe in Jesus Christ. And I believe that ultimately where you can see God is where you can see love. So anywhere that you can see love in this world, that is where God is. Therefore, God is present everywhere. I pull my strength and get a lot of that from my strong religious beliefs and my faith in God, in Jesus Christ. And I also am one that is very open to where other people pull their strength from, right? So some people turn in, some people turn to God, some people turn to family and friends, some people even turn to work. But for myself, my strength is from above. My strength is from the Lord. And it has helped me so much in times of desperation, in times of my lowest point. And my faith has helped me come so far and is going to bring me so much further. And if there's one thing I know I'm firm in is my dedication and my faith in what I believe in that capacity. Um, but that's my experience. I know that's not other people's lived experience, and I want people to be able to find their own strength in their own ways. And there's more ways. There's a ton of ways to be able to have your inner strength and faith, conviction, whatever it is. And I hope that you are on your own journey to discover where that is for you. Um, so yeah, I'll just leave it at that. My intention for myself today um, was to just like share a little bit of my testimony. You know, it's as being in 2024. Religion's not the funnest thing to talk about, or not the hottest thing to talk about, and doesn't necessarily make everybody comfortable. But I knew today was going to be a vulnerable day for me because there's no way that I could not talk about this. And you know, whether some people on here decide to not continue this journey with me or go another direction or whatever it is, that's fine. But I know whose I am and where my strength relies on all of that. And I'm more than happy to share that love with anyone who wants to talk about it or receive it or has questions. But I'm also not gonna like force my faith on anyone else. But if the opportunity presents itself to talk about what I believe, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it firmly, and I'm gonna do it from a place of conviction, and I'm gonna do it from a place of love. Um, so So yeah, that was my intention, was to just share a little bit of my testimony. Rose, yeah, today was a good day. Any day that I get to talk about what I believe is a great day, and if it can help someone in some way, great. If not, it's helping me. So again, this is a great roast for me today. Thorn. Thorn, I'm not looking forward to these hours of time I'm about to spend in this car to go to this wedding, but it'll be fine because at the end of it, there's love of a wedding and my family and everything else. So it'll be okay. But tomorrow's my cousin's wedding, so I'm pumped about it. Really excited for it. Just as a heads up, I am going to keep writing in this book, but I'm going to record when I get back home. So although it probably won't skip a beat for you when you see this recording, just know I'm staying consistent. I'm gonna be reading out of my book what I wrote to you when I come back from the trip. So if you notice my setup's the same, it's because I waited until I came back to record what I wrote while I was gone. So anyway, that's today, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And before I dive in today, I do want to say I have been continuing to write my book. I just got back from my trip to see my cousin's wedding. It was beautiful. It was great. You'll hear about it in the days that I talked about. So I'm going to record those few days while I was gone. So if you see the same shirt, that's why, over the next couple of videos. But I'm going to basically backtrack and create videos for those days that I wrote down. So I'm not skipping any. I didn't skip any while I was gone, but I'm going to go back and just record now what I wrote while I was traveling and out there for that amazing event. So let's dive in. This is day 18. The best investment you'll ever make in yourself. Oh, sorry. Let me reread that. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Never stop exploring, learning, experiencing, and becoming a better person each day. Message. When was the last time you treated yourself? Examples could be a new workout, dance class, conference on a subject you enjoy, or going to listen to a speaker. Find something you've been meaning to do for a while and invest in doing it. Ultimately, you're investing in yourself. Yeah, this one I think is really important. you got to treat yourself every once in a while, right? Like everyone, and I'm not talking like a vice, right? Like wanting to go necessarily get like a new purse or wanting to go and buy a new car, whatever it is. And even if that's your vice, get it how you live. But my point is like, when is this last time you had like something to look forward to, and you're like, I'm doing this for myself, and I'm gonna get this done so I can ultimately go do the thing I want. Um, I will personally speak on an experience I had a year ago. I've always wanted to scuba dive. My goal has always been to get my scuba diving license so I could go and scuba dive the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. My like number one bucket list item in my life has always been to do that. And so I've been talking to my wife about this for years of like, hey, because we would go on trips and we could like, get the certification while we're there or whatever, but it was always like, oh, it's going to take like 3 days. And while we're there, we don't want to spend the whole time doing this. And so I was like, okay, well, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. And so eventually I was like, hey, this is the year. I really want to like get this done. And so for the holidays last year, she surprised me with getting us uh, a class to get our license in Austin, Texas. And it was a great gift. And I'm happy we did that at the beginning of last year. So we get the certification. We got to dive last year, and it was awesome. But this is the year that we get to dive the Great Barrier Reef. And so we're actually going in a couple months to Australia in December to scuba dive the Great Barrier Reef, and I am so excited. But to do that was a lot of time and preparation to get the certification, but then also to plan the trip and the expenses of everything else to like get out there and do that. And I saved up and we saved up to make sure that we could get that done this year. And the point I'm bringing up is that like the goal and the mission was always there, but we had to put in the things in place to make it actually happen. And so the treat that we're giving ourselves is making that bucket list item happen. So I'm very excited about that, and that's coming up. So today's intention for myself, this was back when, again, I was there for my cousin's wedding in New Orleans, and my intention was just to be present in love, have fun, enjoy, and just, make sure my cousin had the best day of his life. And my rose is that I'm pretty sure he did. It was a great time. Did a lot of dancing, ate really good, drank good. It was a great time. Thorn was that I ended up taking the day off, and I didn't get to do one of the things I really wanted to do. But it was because the place ran out of reservations. So it was on me. I should have called ahead of time and make sure that all of that was taken care of. But yeah, Bud. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I wrote down my cousin was having like an after celebration at a park, and so looking forward to going to that. And so my observation of the day was that it's beautiful to be around love, family, and everyone that wants to support people having the best day of their life. And so, how can I apply that in today's where it's not a wedding day? So that was my observation. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And we're getting ready to dive into day 19. The quote of today is, "Don't let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." Dalai Lama. The message is, have you ever been having an absolutely wonderful day, then someone comes and sucks out all of the positive air, and you leave feeling sad, mad, or drained? Don't let someone take your peace from you. Think of a moment when this happened in your life and how you could have responded differently to the situation. Yeah, this one for me, I could easily come up with a recent example. About a month ago, someone that I was trying to do work with and trying to get a deal done for an event I was helping with in the crypto world that I'm in, basically was trying to cut me out of a deal. And it ultimately didn't work out for him. I still got it done, but it was unfortunate, and like it really bothered me that this person tried to do that. And I decided that like I can't let that decision affect my inner peace, because I know by doing the right things and by the reputation and by the uh, rapport that I've built with a lot of different people in the industry, it resolved itself basically. Like the person that was trying to go behind my back basically didn't get their way, because the people that they were trying to work with already knew me and knew the company and everybody else and how we conduct business, and was like, no, like these are our people, and like if I'm actually gonna let them know that you're trying to do this. So it was cool that they were on our side and that they were willing to keep working with us. But yeah, sometimes, unfortunately, people are gonna do wrong by you, but it doesn't mean that they have to take your peace in the process. Um, so yeah, there's just a little antidote. But so my intention, again, going back in time, for this past Saturday, was to enjoy the company of friends. So I am lucky that I have several friends that still live in New Orleans, and one of my closest friends lives there, and we got to stay with them. And although we still got to like go and enjoy the after celebration of the wedding, I got to spend a lot of time with my friend, and it was cool to catch up, spend some time together, play some video games, laugh, and hang out with some other friends too. And it was just a good time. I really just wanted to be present and enjoying each other's company, because we don't get to see each other face to face as much. We talk all the time, but like it's always good to have that FaceTime. So I wanted to make sure that I was really being present for that. My Rose had a great day. It was just fun, family, friends, and there's a second line out there, so that was a good time. For those who don't know what a second line is in New Orleans, look it up. It's a great time. If you ever get an opportunity to experience one, do it. It is incredible. My thorn is that I don't have two stomachs, because there was so much good food. I wanted to keep eating more, but I couldn't. And so like, yeah, I might have overdone a little bit, but I got a little extra full that day, but it was worth it. Bud, yeah, I was looking forward to, while being with my friend, we were trying to figure out like when was the next time we are going to spend time together, and we're actually going to see each other in a few weeks in Michigan, because we have another friend who is getting his master's out there. So we're going to all go out there around Halloween, and then also go to a Michigan game. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a good time. My observation of the day is, when you have like good friends, obviously you can be your truest, authentic, whatever, and you can just talk about anything. It's almost like time slows down, right? Life is busy and can speed up on you real quick, and can always feel like a hustle and bustle. But like being around like good friends and family, like it's like time slows back down, and it's just like you get to embrace and enjoy all of those like moments. And so I like when things slow down, and I get to just be present and filled with love and joy, and around those people. So I'm trying to figure out how I can have more moments like that in my life consistently. So I'm trying to be more intentional with like planning moments like that more in the future. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon here. I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're getting ready to dive into day 20. Now, I'm finally all the way caught back up. We're now in the same present time. I'm not looking in the past and catching up. I'm here with you, and yeah, we're gonna talk about today. So it's day 20. The quote is, "You are speaking it into existence, whether it's good or bad. The energy you put into the universe is the energy you'll receive back." The message is, what kind of energy are you putting into the world? Positive, negative, love, hate, bitterness, compassion, etc. Take a moment to reflect to see if your surroundings are giving you the same energy back. If you are happy, with the energy you're putting out and receiving, keep it up. If you are unhappy, change the energy you are giving out or change your surroundings. Um, yeah, it kind of goes with yesterday's message for me a little bit. Like, I got to be around a really close friend and a couple of friends and family, and the energy was so good. It felt like time slowed down, and I want to find more ways to have that be more frequent in my life. Um, but I think I talked about this a few days ago, where a few years ago, before my wife and I moved out here to Austin, I had a friend group that wasn't really serving me, wasn't giving me the energy I wanted back, and I had to kind of make moves and decide to go in a different direction. And um, it helped my inner peace a lot. It helped me with um, my own like self-worth and confidence and what I wanted to achieve. And it was a hard choice. It was tough to like basically cut off some of my boys, but like I was definitely all the more better for it. And I have found a new tribe and circle that is more conducive to what I'm trying to do and accomplish. And so, yeah, I just try to surround myself with the energy I'm trying to put out. And it's fine if I meet people and we're not on the same wave. That's cool. I'll keep sending out the good vibes, energy, and love. But I also don't have to stick around if it's not coming back to me. So I try to be in environments that because I feel like in some ways you don't get to choose your environment, but in others you do. And so for the ones where you do have the willful ability to choose your surroundings and energy, then if you can do something about it, do something about it. And so um, my intention for myself today was to think and to think about um, something fun that I want to challenge myself on. And what do I mean by that? So uh, I'm gonna skip ahead to my thorn. I had to drive today. So I had to drive from New Orleans to Austin. It's about an 8 hour drive. And that long in the car, you got a lot of time on your hands. And so I wanted to be intentional with thinking through a few different things that had been on my mind about some things that I want to do in my life and in my career and other stuff. And so I basically made sure I created some space to be able to have those thoughts and kind of think through them. My rose was that we got home safely, and that yeah, that we got home safe. I'm always very grateful to be able to travel that long and be safe. My bud, um, I'm looking forward to getting back into routine back at home. Although traveling is fun, although going and seeing all these people is great, it's easy to get out of routine. And I'm just, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back in routine and finishing this workbook strong. So my observation of the day is that sometimes like driving for me can feel like meditation. Like yeah, it's a great way for me to go and clear my head. So like sometimes I just, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or I'm feeling like emotional, whatever, I can just go for a drive and it can clear me out. It can help me to regulate. And some of my best thinking are on long drives. And so I think that whenever I need to like be more creative or whatever it is, like I can just like potentially set up like an intentional drive to a local city not too far from us, whether it be like San Antonio, that's an hour down the road, or going to Houston, Dallas, whatever. Just to plan out like a cool little getaway, but also to have like a cool creative refresher for my mind. So that's my observation. Hope you have a great day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're getting ready to dive into day 21. The quote of the day is, "Sometimes the issue is simply that their ceiling is your floor." The message is, do you have someone in your life, friend, family, significant other, etc., that you believe is holding you back? Every time you say something you want to do, they always shoot it down or they say you cannot do it. Maybe they are right, or maybe the issue is that they are imposing their own limitations on your life. What do you think? So not recently in my life, but in the past, I'll actually go back to high school. So I think I said earlier in this series, when I gave a little bit of background myself, that I was a dual sport athlete at Tulane University. I played football and baseball for them. And in high school, I'm not the tallest person. I am, I believe, like 5'9", and a lot of limitations got put on me early because I'm not as tall, but I am fast and I'm strong. And one of the things I'm very grateful for that my dad instilled in me is confidence and the not letting others put limitations on myself, but to go and pursue and to get whatever it is that I want to achieve, to not let anyone stop me, but to go and get whatever I say I want to get. And I remember that I had a coach that flat out told me that I wasn't going to be able to play Division I, so he didn't know why I was being so adamant on trying to start on a team. And I proceeded to become one of the best athletes to ever go through that high school. So I'm competitive. I do, when someone tells me I can't do something, I get pretty competitive about it and figure out a way to get it done. But all that to say that, like, I know that that's different than others. And some things aren't that simple from a sports perspective to just your day-to-day life. I mean, if you have a parent or a significant other constantly in your ear telling you can't, or any of that, you can eventually believe it, and it can mess with you. It can change your perspective. It can, like, make you think you're less than, or that you're not capable. And I'm here to be your gentle reminder that you can, if you want it. And if you want better, you can do better. And if you believe that you can go do it, you can go find a way. If that's what's really on your heart, you can go find a way. All that said, my intention of the day for myself was to think through, like, if there was anything that I was putting a limitation on myself for. So luckily I'm in a point right now where I don't allow that kind of energy or people around me to try to put those limits on me anymore. But I was wondering if I was doing it for myself. And so my intention was to explore if there was anything I was putting limits on myself for. And what I came up with was actually in my, like, early everyday practice of meditation. So I think I said in the earlier video that, like, my daily routine, like, I'll wake up, I'll have, like, a daily devotion, then I will meditate, then I will work out. And I usually meditate like 5 minutes, but I was like, why only 5 minutes? Why not 10? Like, why not try to get that to 10, then 15, then 20? So my intention was that I was going to start trying to do 10 minutes. So double my usual 5-minute meditation to 10 and see what happens. So my rose of the day was that spending a little bit more time with myself, I definitely felt calmer. But my thorn was that it was harder. My mind was definitely busier, bouncing all over the place. And so I think it's going to take some time to, like, get used to being present with myself a little bit longer. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. You know, I want to keep exploring 10 minutes and see if it makes a difference. And also just making sure I carve out that time. I'm just like, that's like 5 more minutes I could use for something else. But I'm also like, that's also 5 more minutes for myself. So going back to, again, something earlier in the week or days ago, that you are worth it. I know I'm worth it. So, like, I'm worth that extra 5 minutes. So, like, figure it out, right? So I'm going to do that. And then my observation of the day is that although I am in a place where I do feel like I don't have someone in my life that is potentially keeping me down, it doesn't mean that others don't feel the same way. So if I notice someone potentially putting limits on themselves, to just ask curious questions, to not, like, necessarily tell them they can do better or, impose my will, but to just ask curious questions, see what's going on, and see if they want to potentially do more, and go from there. So that's today. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, my name is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today is day 22. So let's dive into today's quote. Appreciate where you are in your journey, even if it's not where you want to be. Every season serves a purpose. Message. How did you get where you are today? Like right now, wherever you're reading this at this exact moment. How did you get here? Who helped you get here? Who is helping you get to where you're going? Have you thanked them lately? In this moment, appreciate where you are and who helped you get here, because you most likely did not get there alone. This is a powerful one for me today, because it made me go back and reflect on who's helped me get where I am today. And it's so many people. My parents, my sister, my wife, some friends, some mentors, so many people. And I actually intentionally picked up the phone and called my parents and thanked them today. And yeah, it's just, you go through a lot in life, and life is going to keep on doing its thing and challenging you and bringing up different scenarios to test. Lots of storms before you can get on the beautiful other side of it and see the blue sky again. And yeah, saying the word thank you does a lot. It does a lot for me. When I think of like what does it mean for me to really say like thank you to somebody? It's almost like reverence. It's almost like, of course, it's gratitude, but it's also like humility. And I really am just so thankful for those who have poured into me, because it's molded me into the man I am today, that can now help mold others and can help show another way than people thinking that there's only like, again, one or two options, things are black and white, etc. But like to show that there's multiple ways. I am from a town in Louisiana that most people have never heard of called Shreveport, Louisiana. And a good chunk of people from there never leave the city or never leave the state. Or if they do, maybe they go to Texas. But they don't really go and explore the world. And I just am so grateful that my parents gave me the foundation and the experiences to be curious, to see the world, both here in the US and internationally, and to have the confidence to go after whatever I was passionate about, and to give me the resilience to know that even when things are hard, there's something better at the end if you can persist through. And I'm thankful for the sacrifices I know that they made to give me the option to even have that perspective. And yeah, I'm in this moment. I hope y'all can feel it. Like I'm thankful. I'm thankful. And hopefully in this moment, if you're going through this with me, or even if you're not, even if you're just randomly like seeing this on a feed somewhere, who's someone that you can go thank? Like that thanking someone is so powerful. There's even a person, so I'm getting ahead of myself, and this one's probably gonna be a little bit longer just because like I'm feeling it right now, but like to thank someone like at a deeper level is, again, just like to revere them, to like really, really like give and show love and appreciation. And Giving that to somebody, for someone to receive that, I think is equally as powerful. And so it goes a long way. So all that to say, like, if you have a moment today to do that for somebody, go do it. My intention for myself today was to make sure that people that I feel thankful for, I let somebody know, and I did. That's my rose. It turned out well. My parents appreciated it, and I will try to have more moments of thankfulness that I can share with others that I love. My thorn, even though I'm feeling sentimental and thankful, work can work sometimes, right? Work can just take it out of you, and work took it out of me today, but still seated in some thankfulness. Bud, yeah, I said this a couple of days ago, but like I get to go see my boys again in a few weeks, and get to like celebrate Halloween, and like almost like get relive college and go to football game and other stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Observation of the day: thank people when you can, and thank them before they're gone, and thank them as often as you can, because people really appreciate that level of gratitude from somebody when it's authentic. So that's my observation. Sorry, this one's a little bit long, but hopefully it was good. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey everybody, Richard Carthon here. You're the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're diving into day 23. We're going to start with a quote. Your body is beautiful if you have a body. That's it. You're beautiful. You win. Congratulations. Message. If you just read that, smiled, and said thanks, take a moment to be proud of yourself and your beautiful body. If you just read that and said, yeah, right, why do you feel that way? Why do you believe you are not beautiful? Maybe it's not your body that needs to change, but your perspective on your own self-image. You're beautiful. You're absolutely beautiful. And you probably don't hear it enough, and it's just a good reminder. Or you're handsome. Either one. Like, sometimes it's great to hear from someone else, but sometimes you gotta tell yourself that too. You know what I mean? Like, my intention for myself today was that every time that I looked in the mirror, I was gonna tell myself that I'm handsome and that I'm gorgeous. Like, it's hard to compliment ourselves sometimes, and to mean it and to believe it. And my intention today was to, when I said it, to mean it and to say it until I really meant it, until I believed it. And there's power in your words, and there's power in how you treat and respond to words that are given to you as well. Like if I tell you right now, like, you are so beautiful, and you clench up and you're like, you don't believe that? Why? Why don't you? Is the world telling you that, or like, are you telling yourself that? And if you are telling yourself that, like, why? Like, the world is much bigger than just physical beauty. And even with the physical, like, there are some absolutely gorgeous people in this world. And yeah, this is just a good one of like, if you do have some body image things you need to work through, this is a good reminder to work on it. Whether it's through speaking on it and like building up your confidence, whether there's other activities you want to do, whether that's working out, or whether it is deciding to go and do things or not, or literally just talking to yourself and just letting you know, like, I'm him, I'm her, I'm gorgeous, whatever. Like, there's power in your words. And so let my energy of reinforcing that you are a beautiful human resonate with you today. And know that I mean that when I'm saying that right now. And that, like, I've been telling myself that I'm gorgeous all day. So like, but I believe that. So I wanna give that energy to you today. whether you need to hear that or not. I'm giving that to you today. My rose for today was that I am one step closer to landing another big partner for this event that I'm doing out in Thailand next month. So feeling pretty good about that. My thorn is that some days, for whatever reason, are just like crazy meeting days where it's like boom, 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 boom. And yeah, it can just feel heavy after a while of just like, man, like I really just want a moment of nothing or silence. So yeah, I might have to go save my schedule, aka block off some time just for nothing, for 30 minutes of just like breathe or heads down work or something. But I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to of nothing, just chilling out and watching some football, and yeah, looking forward to that. My observation of the day is that I used to not be comfortable with another man calling me like an attractive man, right? Like not like making a pass at me, or not like anything like sexualized, but just like saying like, yeah, he's an attractive dude, or whatever. And now I am, and I feel like that's just like I've gotten more secure in who I am and like what I am, and I've gotten more firm in me, and that's a big growth that I've observed about myself. And I hope that if I do that to someone else, that it also is there for like they're confident in themselves, or they feel good enough in themselves that they can receive that and it not be weird or not be any type of way. It can just be like, nah, bro, I see you. And people want to be seen. And so it's just another good reminder of like, when you're so clear in seeing yourself, you can see others and like let them know that you see them. That's power. And so yeah, I'll wrap on that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon. I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and today we're diving into day 24. The quote is, "You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Winnie the Pooh. Message: give yourself more credit. Humility is great, but do not be so humble as to downplay your strengths. Also, doubt causes us to put limitations on ourselves. We can push past our own limitations if we allow ourselves to get out of our own way. Yeah, I like this message a lot. Like Winnie the Pooh said it great. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think. Like, there's so much in you that doesn't necessarily fully come to the surface, or your best self hasn't necessarily been actualized yet. Because we're all works in progress. We always can be improving in different ways, but as we get to our truest selves, we feel the most aligned. And it took me years before I could really even understand the concept of like, what does it mean to be my best self and true authentic self. I used to need a lot of praise and external people telling me I'm doing a good job, or etc., to feel worth and to feel fulfilled and to feel like I'm worthy. And I got to a place where I didn't need that anymore. I could get that myself. I could do that through my own actions, and that was powerful when I finally got that power back and understood like how to handle that dynamic. And a lot of times we're in our own way through anxiety, through self-doubt, through caution, risk aversion. And sometimes we got to take the risk and bet on ourselves and just know that we can figure it out, or that we can do it. And some of the greatest blessings that have come in my life have been through believing, believing in myself and just going for it and having faith that God would see me through it, but also just stepping out on that and just going for it. So also it's like good to call yourself out when you've had some growth, like you've had something like major that you can like accomplish, right? Like how often do you get to just brag on yourself for something cool that you've been able to internally work through? So I just want to give you kudos. I know you've been working on yourself. Again, if you're going through this journey, we're 24 days in. Like you're getting after it, right? Like you got the habit. You're putting in that work, and it's really admirable to see you go through this and to push through this and to really just work on yourself and reflect. And so that part's really cool. My intention for myself today was to figure out what's an area of my life I can be braver in. And yeah, I wanted to be intentional today to like think through that and to think about like what is something that I could be braver about. So yeah, I don't have an answer yet, but I'm working through a couple of different scenarios. My rose of the day. Something that's very sweet that my wife does is that she'll ask me if I want coffee. I'm not a huge coffee guy. I'm starting to become more of one. I drink a little bit more, but like she'll just randomly ask me like, hey, do you want me to make you a coffee? And she will make me one. And so it's very sweet. So today she made me one. And yeah, I just thought it was very extra appreciated today. My thorn today is just tired. Just one of those, you know, some days you're just tired. Like I'm tired. Today I'm just tired. So I'm going to try to make sure I rest and catch up on some sleep. I feel tired today. But I am looking forward to getting more sleep. So I am making the intention to get rest. My observation of the day. Yeah, I need to give myself more credit. Just like this says, like it's a gentle reminder that I have grown a lot. I've grown a lot over the years. And even just going through these practices and like reflecting on some of this stuff, like these answers are very different. Even when 6 years ago when I wrote this first version, the answers I'm putting in this one are very different. And so it's cool to see the growth. And I'm excited to see a few years from now how much I've grown from there. So I'm grateful for the growth. All right, we'll catch you next time. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth and Reflection Workbook. And today we're diving into day 25. So let's first start with the quote. Advice from a tree. Stand tall and proud. Go out on a limb. Remember your roots. Drink plenty of water. Be content with your natural beauty. And enjoy the view. Message. Finding messages in the simplicities of the world can yield some of the wisest lessons. What is a simple lesson you have learned that has stuck with you over the years? First, when I saw this quote about the tree, I really liked it. I actually wrote this down like years before I made this book. I was like, I got to find a way to put that into something. And so I made sure to include this in there. Get in today's message about messages and simplicities of the world. A simple lesson that has like stuck with me over the years is just say what you mean and mean what you say. The power of your word. I've found that in a lot of what happens in people's lives and people's careers and trajectories of what people do. You have the doers and the sayers. There are people who will say a lot and dream and convince a lot of external people that they're going to do X, Y, Z, but then never produce, never show up, never follow through. And that can only get them so far, right? Like, you can work with someone that's a big talker and you'll give them the time of day until it's time to show up, and then they don't. And then you probably don't want to work with them again. And then they can build a reputation, and then it's hard to get out of that once you've established that reputation. And I'm sure even as I'm explaining this, there's probably people in your life, whether it's family members, coworkers, etc., that are just talkers. They got a lot to say, and they say when they're going to do and how they're going to do and whatever, but it just somehow never happens. And then they have a great excuse about why, or they just act like they never said it before. But then there's the doers, the people who say, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And it's not a question about if that's going to go happen. It's almost like law. It's like a fact. It's like someone says, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. It's no longer like, oh, I wonder if they're going to do it. It's just like, nope, they said they're going to do it. It's just a fact at this point. That's going to happen. And I try to be the latter. Like, I don't like to say a lot. I don't like to say too many extra words or fill the air with words. I like to be very intentional with what I say and how I go about doing it, so that there's power in my words, especially about words when I say I'm going to do something. I want that to matter, and I want that to hold weight, because I don't like to say I'm going to do something and not get it done. So going back to the simple lesson, it's just like, say what you mean and mean what you say. It holds a lot of weight for me, and it matters to me as I like deal with other people in the world. My intention for myself was to, for today, was to rest. I think I said yesterday I was tired. Today I want to rest. So spend some time doing things I enjoy doing. I played my guitar today, play some video games, watch some football. It was good. Just going to Rose. I got to play my guitar today. Got a little bit better at Master of Puppets. And yeah, Thorn. Man, that song is hard. I know I've said this before, but man, that song is hard. Like my like arm is getting like sore just because it's like it's intense, from the strumming and from the constant positions you have to change from. It's I'm getting my forearm strength back, because like, yeah, it's a lot. Bud, I am looking forward to, we're 5 days out, y'all. Like, we're almost at the end of this. So I'm looking forward to finishing this strong, and to, I'm recording this, and I'm eventually going to put this out into the world, and I'm curious to see how the world will receive it, and to see how many people decide that this was helpful and that they either want to join on the journey, or they want to share it with someone else who could benefit from it, or whatever. So I'm excited to finish this strong and to see where all this turns out. So the observation of the day is that no matter how hard you work, rest is important, and you have to continue to prioritize mixing it in. So the more I intentionally rest, the more rejuvenated I am and can work harder during the week. So that is my observation. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I am the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today we're about to dive into day 26. So the quote is, "We aim above the mark to hit the mark." The message is, when was the last time you pushed yourself to do something challenging? Getting out of your comfort zone is essential to seeing just how far you can grow. If you aim your goals a little bit higher, you might amaze yourself at how much more you can accomplish. We aim above the mark to hit the mark. I think that's a great quote. It's just a reminder that like the higher you aim, the closer you can get to a really hard goal or to an achievement you're trying to make. If you are setting your target low, then like where you're gonna grow is not gonna be as substantial. And I think when I think about the last thing I did that was challenging, I know I talked about days ago at this point how I don't like to be stagnant and I like to constantly challenge myself to push and to keep growing. One of the things I got into this year, because I wanted to be more intentional about taking time off and to relax and to do other things, was to start playing games at their hardest level. So whatever game I'm playing these days on my PlayStation 5, I usually put it like at the hardest level. And I'm doing it for several reasons. One of them is just that by it being more challenging, when I accomplish or when I get on the other side, the reward feels that much better. And also, it's making me have to fail a lot to make me good and to be comfortable with like, okay, it's okay that I failed this time, or I got a little bit smart about this, or I have to move my strategy, I have to do this. Like, it's just a reminder that success isn't a straight path. It's a bunch of zigzags. It's steps forward and back and around and left and right, and that, you know, some of the greatest goals we can achieve requires going through several hard challenges. And I think that we've gotten too comfortable and not pushing ourselves to aim higher. And I think this is a good reminder to keep aiming higher, so that we can go and achieve the things that we want. My intention for myself for today was to figure out what was something I could aim higher at in my own life. And when I think about my personal brand, when I think about what does it mean to grow what I'm doing online, there's more I could be doing, and there's more strategy I could be putting around it. And I've kind of known I need to be doing a few other things, and I've been putting it on the back burner. And yeah, today was a reminder that like, bro, I gotta aim higher, and like I know I gotta aim higher, and I gotta go do it. So like, when's the last time I pushed myself to do something challenging? Like that is my own mental challenge that I have for myself, to do more in that regard. And so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I really like this going through this workbook, man. Like it forces me on a daily basis to like think about things and then to decide if I'm gonna do something about it. And I know I said a couple of days ago I'm a doer. I like to do, so I'm a do. My roast today was that I remembered to have a full meal. So sometimes in the hustle and bustle of like work, I'll try to not get fast food, but like I'll get like pre-made meals or something like that just to like be able to eat quick, etc. But I decided, nope, I'm gonna make sure like I cook something for myself today. And so cooked breakfast, had enough for the missus as well. And yeah, it jumps right the day. So I was proud of that moment. My thorn, my thorn is going back to like household chores. Sometimes when both me and the missus are busy, things can pile up. And one thing I refuse to like have be dirty is the kitchen. And yesterday we had something we needed to do, and we had cooked, and we just didn't have time. So I basically have 2 days worth of kitchen duties to do today, and I am not looking forward to it. So that's my thorn. And Bud, yeah, we are a few days away from getting to go party with some friends. So I'm looking forward to that. My observation of the day, um, to improve in your day-to-day life and yourself, sometimes you need something to constantly be pushing you a little bit forward and to constantly be in your ear reminding you. And this workbook, it's doing that for me. So like I want to continue to stay consistent with this stuff. So this is a great way to get back into the groove of it. So thanks. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today is day 27. And we're going to start with a quote that says, "Each day we are born again. What we do today matters most," by Buddha. Message: yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery. That is why I call today a present. Each day is a precious gift. Choose to embrace your gift and have the best day you possibly can every day. I like this message. I snuck this one in. So I was in college. I had a football coach that like said this like all the time, that yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and that's why they call today a present. Today's a great reminder that today is a gift. You woke up this morning, you have another day to go and achieve and do whatever it is that you want today. And I myself am very grateful to God to get up this morning and to keep sharing my experiences with you all. I hope this journey has been fun to be a part of. I know I've been enjoying sharing this all with you, and I'll get into today's intention for myself, which was to be present in the transformation. And what I mean by that is that I have been really feeling over the last several days the transformation of consistent chipping away at things I know I've needed to do, and then finally making the decision to go do them and feeling momentum with doing it. Creating momentum in your life is very hard. Creating momentum in my life has been challenging, but once it's there, you can keep it going. And I feel by doing this, the momentum is there, and I'm trying to do everything I can to keep the ball rolling down the hill. And so I'm trying to be present and keeping the momentum up. My rose for today is that I do sports, and I keep up with sports. One of my sports teams is the New York Yankees. The Yankees won today, so I'm very happy about that. And they're in the World Series, so that's awesome. Thorn, they're down 3-1. Don't know if they're gonna come all the way back, but there's hope, so we'll see. Bud, I am looking forward to doing this trip in a couple of days. I don't want to keep using that, but like something I really am looking forward to being with my friends and to I love Halloween. Halloween's another like great time, and especially New Orleans Halloweens have been incredible while I was there at Tulane, but I haven't really had another epic Halloween experience in adulthood past college. So to be able to do this with some old college friends, I'm very excited about that. So for all of you out there who want to know what the amazing outfit that I'm going to wear for Halloween, if you are familiar with Buc-ee's, if you know, you know. If you don't, look it up, and by all means, find a Buc-ee's you can go to. It'll change your life. We have these Buc-ee's onesies, and we're going to be a pack of Buc-ee's. It's gonna be epic. Just wait. My observation of the day. I need to keep finding ways to create momentum for things that are hard. And this book has been a great way to do that. I want to find others, but the consistency of the intentionality around the self-reflection has helped a lot. So hope you all had a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, I'm Richard Carthon. I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we're headed into day 28. The quote of today is, "Be yourself because an original copy is worth more than a copy." The message is, you are uniquely valuable because you are the only you in the world. Take a moment and let that soak in. You are valuable. Reflect and think if you had been emulating others as opposed to just being yourself. Yeah, you are one of one. You are him, you are her, you are that person. Like, you are out here. And it is incredible to know your worth and your value. And yeah, going back to self-talk and going into knowing your value, what are the words that you're telling yourself? Like, are you telling yourself that you are valuable, that you are worthy, that you are worthwhile? And if not, why? And if not, how can you? How can you start to do so and mean and believe that? Maybe it's you need to change your environment, be around people who are telling you that and are giving you that encouragement. Maybe through the course of doing this and the intentionality, you are starting to begin and tell yourself those words and to believe it and to really get into it and have that consistency. But yeah, for myself, like, it's been awesome, truly awesome to rediscover my value post college. And what I mean by that is, like, most of my value was wrapped around being an athlete. So for the first 22 years of my life, when somebody would tell me, like, ask me, like, who are you? What do you do? I always say, like, I'm an athlete. I play football, I play baseball. Like, and that was my identity. And then post that, when that ended, who are you? What do you do? I didn't have an answer, and I had to, like, rediscover myself and refine and redefine who I am and what I want to be and what I want to be about and do. And it's been years of exploration and still years of works in progress, but I'm way more clear in who I am, what I'm about, what I stand for, what matters, what my priorities are, and how I want to treat others and how I want to be treated. I've gotten very clear on that, and who I want to be around and surround myself with, and how I want to show love to the world. The clarity has taken years, but like it started 6 years on the journey when I started this, and staying focused on that has just made me so much clearer and focused. And I really do hope that you going through this process is helping you do the same, and give you that clarity, that consistency, that ability to turn inward to find these answers for yourself and to challenge yourself to think through some of these things that might be in the back of your mind, but you're not really having to get in front of or deal with. So I hope this is being helpful with doing that. My rose for today is that we are 2 weeks away from going to this event that I've been planning in Thailand, and I'm very excited for it. A couple of the partners that I've been trying to get on board, I had another one sign up, and I think I'm going to have one more that I can close next week, so I feel great about that. My thorn is that there were a couple of other deals that were out there for some other stuff that was supposed to close by today, and it's looking like it's not. So, not great, but not the worst. Such is business. My bud is, I'm looking forward to spending some time. I'm going to dinner with my wife tonight, and I'm looking forward to just being with her and being able to catch up and just have a little date night and enjoy some time together. My observation of the day. Yeah. Sorry, I'm smiling. It's just that, like, I just wrote down like you are him, like multiple times. Just you are him, you are him, you are him, and I believe that now. You know, I know some people say that, and like some people like to do that to like pump themselves up and to believe like to reinforce that belief in you. But like it's great that I can write that down and I mean that, and like it's not even like a question. And again, just going to like the growth of it, I'm very proud to be able to like see myself write that and like no questions asked, like yeah, I believe that. So that's my observation. Hope you all had a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Hey, this is Richard Carthon, and I'm the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and we are going to be talking about day 29. The quote of today is, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Nelson Mandela. Message: are you settling? Are you more concerned with being comfortable as opposed to being your best self? Challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone today. Yeah, short and direct, to the point. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm just going to speak to my intention today, which was to do that. I have a platform called Telegram, and on Telegram, it's almost like an instant messenger, but the Web3 crypto community uses it very regularly to communicate at conferences after the fact and to keep correspondence going. And I needed to follow up with like 100 people. And so I blocked off like 2 hours of my day and knocked out a bunch of those follow-ups. And then from that, because there's one final thing I was trying to get done before we head to this trip to Thailand, it was just going to take a ton of outreach and following up with people. And it was intense, but it worked out. Having the intention to I'm getting ahead of myself. My intention was to follow up that many people today, the rows. It worked. Got a couple of meetings lined up from people I've been trying to hear back from for a long time, and got those meetings on the book. So stepped out of my comfort zone, stepped up to the challenge, and yeah, got it done. Thorn. Whew, that's a lot of energy, y'all. That's a lot of energy. Talking to 100 people, and then trying to keep the conversation going, is a lot of energy. So I am feeling, from a social capacity, very low. So I'm a pretty social person, but my social battery is low, and I need to revitalize it because I'm about to be very social with friends and everything in a couple days. So that's my thorn. My bud is that although it was a challenge to like go out of my comfort zone and like talk to that many people in a short amount of time, and know that like I would basically be putting a lot of energy into sustaining that. I'm looking forward to seeing where some of this stuff shakes out, like, and if this process works, doing it again in the future, but not as often, because again, this is a lot. So, and being more strategic with how I do this in the future. So like trial and error, right? But yeah, my observation is, I brought today's conversation kind of like to myself and career and like what I'm doing there, but like I do want to bring it back to like, what are you settling for in your life? Is it a bad relationship? Is it same old, same old? Is it, you need to be doing better in XYZ, but you're just choosing not to? You have an addiction? Like, what is stopping you from being your best self? Like, what is that comfort level that you're at that you need to step out of, and you're just choosing not to? And yeah, the prompts are, these have been a forcing nature for me to like really internalize, like, oh, okay, well, this could apply to anybody. How does this affect me in my life? and we just talked about that. But like, how about for you? Like, there's probably something right now that you know you're settling for, that you know needs to be improved, and you know how you need to improve it. You're just choosing not to. Today's a great day to start. Why not? Go for it. And you got this. Just a reminder that like, you are so capable, and that you have everything it takes to do it. You just got to create your momentum. You got to take a first step, and today's a great day to take that first step. So I hope you have a great day. I hope this has been encouraging, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for our final day. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, and I am the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook. And today's the day. We've reached it. We're at day 30. This is the final day of this 30-day exercise, and I am pumped to be at the finish line here with you. So let's go ahead and finish this day strong. One small crack does not mean that you are broken. It means that you were put to the test and didn't fall apart. Message. For the past month, you have become more mindful about yourself and how you operate. You have had ups and downs, but through it all, you have taken away lessons that have made you stronger. Continue to build yourself up through self-reflection and self-love. I want to say thank you to everyone that has come all the way to the end of this journey. For those who just came to like, I guess like check in with me and just like hear about me and my story through this journey, I appreciate it. I hope that you've taken away some good lessons from it. For those who might just be hearing this for the first time, feel free to go back to the beginning and seeing how all this played out. But for those who are listening to this and have found it useful, go through this process yourself. The reason I decided to do the video content series with this was to show like authentically, like I made this because it can be helpful to anyone. Like this has been so refreshing to go through this process again. And I am so much better this month by consistently going through this, and have taken strides to work on a lot of things I know I have been putting off. And it really holds like a mirror up in front of me to like really not run away from myself, but to spend time with myself and to talk things through and to observe and to think through and be present in what I'm feeling, what I'm doing, what actions I am choosing to take or to not take, the energy that I'm putting into things or not putting into things, or putting into myself. And by purposely putting this energy into myself daily, how has that impacted everything else? And again, like I'm just going to speak to my experience of going through this again. I feel like I'm in flow. I feel like I am very much at my best in understanding who I am and the value I bring to the world, but also to myself, and how I can keep improving and things where I can continue to be my best self, because I'm a work in progress and will continue to be, but also to take a moment to appreciate how much I've grown over the years. I've come a long way, and I still got plenty more to go, but I'm so proud of the man I am in front of you today. And I'm proud of just this simple practice of like going through this, and how impactful it has been towards becoming who I am and the opportunities I've gotten in my life by being intentional with spending time with myself. So again, I just want to say thank you all for everyone who's been a part of this journey. Thank you. And I'll finish up with my intention for myself today was to just take it in, right? Like really soak in, like, wow, the 30 days, right? Consistent. And just really just going back and looking through like some of the things I wrote down and just being like, wow, like it's awesome to spend this time with myself, and to even go back and look at, my old workbook and some of the things I wrote down, and and how some of my perspectives are the same and some are completely different. Like myself today doesn't agree with everything I wrote down 6 years ago. So it's cool to see that perspective change, growth, and yeah, it's really cool to just go back and reflect on that. My rose, finished the book. We did it. I got to the end. My thorn, this is the end. I'm not going to be making many more of these videos unless I potentially do a round two with a group of y'all. If this has been useful and someone, a group of other people want to come and do this with me, great. We'll figure it out. I'm down to run it back, but we'll see. Bud, I am so excited to just see if this helps one person. It was worth it. Straight up. If this helps one person, all of this was worth it. And my observation of today is there's power in consistency, there's power in self-reflection, and there's power in giving yourself love. Sometimes we're the hardest on ourselves, and spending time to give ourselves grace and space to love ourselves and to grow and to learn before we can give to the world all the things that we want to give. We have to be able to carve out space to give it to ourselves. And I think this is a great way to do that. And it's just a great reminder of it. So that's my observation. So again, thank you so much for everyone that's logged into all this, watched all this, left comments, gave some feedback, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me, and look forward to seeing what we can do next. Peace. Hey everyone, this is Richard Carthon, the author of the 30-Day Self-Love and Growth Reflection Workbook, and I have one final video, and this is for the acknowledgments of my book. If you've been with me for this long of the journey, I'd really appreciate if you could stay for this last piece. I would like to personally thank Carly Ng for encouraging me to create this workbook and for helping me with some of the content. Your genuine investment in helping others become the best version of themselves has been truly inspirational to me. Thank you for your constant support in all my endeavors and for all the love you pour into others. Now, I wrote this in the original book I wrote back in 2018, and she was my girlfriend at the time. An update. I am overjoyed to say that we are now married, building an extraordinary life filled with love and adventure. What I wrote about you years ago is just as true today, if not more. My love for you deepens with each passing day, and I am constant awe of your unwavering dedication to growth and self-improvement. Your kindness, compassion, and generous spirit are deeply woven into this workbook, and I am incredibly proud of the impact it has already made and the countless lives it will continue to touch. I love you, my dearest Cookie. I couldn't wrap this up without giving all my love and my kudos to my beautiful, amazing wife, Carly Ng Carthon. Thank you so much for all of the love and support you've given me throughout the years, for helping me be the best version of the self I am today. And again, I really meant everything I said in that acknowledgement. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the life we're building together, and I'm grateful for all of the lives this workbook is going to touch. So thank you. I love you. And again, for all those tuning in, thank you for being part of this journey. Bye.